Getting there. So I haven't really been talking, just kind of speeding through this first ring, this process. This is going to be a matching set. Made this one a while back. It just got ordered off of Etsy. It's already done. So this one here is going to be the ladies' version. So I've had questions in the past about his and her sets, matching sets, things like that. Well, that's what we're doing today. Let me find some tape. 1 sec. And then in a moment we'll get to that mysterious package over there in the corner there and see what's in there. It'll be a quick live today though. Getting through this ring, that package, and then one more ring maybe. Thank you for the roses, guys. Thank you. And hello to everybody that's joining. Hello, Daniel. How are you? These little rings are kind of trippy. It's crazy how it goes from this little thin band to what it's going to turn into at the end. We're taking this all the way down to a size 7. So this will be one of the smaller rings that I make. Okay, let's unwrap and see where we're at. Okay, we're getting there. Size 10.5. Probably got to go about halfway through this next one. Those that weren't here in the beginning, this ring that we're making started its life off as a 2012, I think it's 2012, half-ounce Mexican Libertad. Yeah, 2012. Half-ounce of pure silver. Of course, the final product will not weigh a half-ounce anymore. It's lost a considerable amount of that weight, but that's just the size of the coin that it started out as. Let's add a little more tape. The Teflon tape protects the details on the outside of the ring and makes it easier for the ring to come out of the Swedish wrap die. Without it, we'd mar the surface and the ring itself would get stuck up in that die. And this is a reducing die, so it takes the larger ring and reduces it down. In this here process, I just flipped it And the purpose of that is so that way we get uniform walls on the final product. Let's take a look at where we're at now. You should hook up with people who go metal detecting and they find old coins. I think those coins are probably a little bit past where I want them to be for this process. Be pretty cool to see what they find though. Faking it. If we send earrings, can you make copies? Not really. I don't know if I would consider myself a jeweler. You'd probably want a jeweler to do that. Nice watch. It's fake. So this, what I'm doing here is just taking out the interior right there. Where those marks are, that's what's coming off. How much are the brass knuckles? The silver knuckles are $350. See what size we're at. Size 7, exactly what I was shooting for. No, it's not made with quarters. It's made with a half-ounce Mexican Libertad. Substantially nicer than a quarter. I'm gonna give it just a little tap on the ring stretcher, just to even out the shape. I'm not looking to stretch the ring. Ring making today, no casting. So now we're going to try out this fancy new die that coin ring maker got me. I think we're going to go this way. I want to give it just a little tap to bring in that bottom edge. This ring retail would be $75. I don't want to give it too much pressure. I'm going really, really light here. Perfect. Basically just want to make a little indent on that top edge and that bottom edge. You see where it's shiny now? That's all I did. Website, check out Navarro Rings. Click on that. My profile should come up. Should be an Etsy there. Pepsi Full X. So, what, Diet Pepsi? It's not real. How do you think it would count as a Pepsi? It's the black and red one. Will sell for $75. What do you get for it? You get a ring for $75. A ring made from a pretty rare coin. These Mexican Libertads are not mass produced, not in the same way that other coins are mass produced. Still got a 7, kept the same shape. We got those bevels on the ring that I wanted. Can't stretch a platinum wedding band. No, you can't. That hose clamp. You talking about my my repair job on my Harbor Freight arbor press, because it's about 75 cents I ever spent. Yes, sell them, make them. Yep. So last step, it's going to get polished real quick, so give me 1 sec. Let me set up my polishing station. Super fancy, high tech. And there it is, completed ring. This goes with this as a set. She'll wear this one, he'll wear this one. Both made from Libertads, just different years. Hey, skull bone. Alright, unfortunately don't remember what size I need to make this thing, so I'm not going to start it today. Where did you get it? Where did I get what? Thank you. So while we wait for that comment, let's open this up and see what we got. Feels like excellent packaging, which should be expected. So some of my coins, like my Libertads, I buy in bulk. I try to get 10, 15 at a time, whenever I can. My American Silver Eagles, same thing. Try to buy tubes at a time because they're cheaper that way. But there are some coins that you just cannot buy in bulk. That you have to wait around for the right deal, and that's what these are. These are super lucky. I'm thankful they came across, or I came across them. Paid a premium for them, as you usually will. But these are going to be amazing rings. The little pearl gets punched out. They're fat, wide rings, but you end up with most of the phoenix and most of the dragon. And then, unfortunately, I only got one of those, but I got 4 of the tiger dragons. And I'm so stoked. I cannot wait to make these. I've made them in the past, and they're beautiful. Expensive, about $175 each ring. But yeah, super worth it. So what these are is they're from the Australian Mint. They're 2018s. This is from the the Dragon series. There's one that's a Tiger Dragon. There's one that's a Phoenix Dragon. That's this one, Phoenix Dragon. And then there's one that's double dragon. So dragon on this side, dragon on this side. And I'm sorry, I saw the question come across. How do I keep the coins level in the press? Right? I think that was it. So, when the coins are being pressed to the dies, I'm assuming you're talking about the Swedish rep dies. It starts at the top, and you have to start with the biggest push rod that'll fit, and then the arbor press is level all the way down, so it will always be pushing level. And then when you get like halfway in, when this stops going, you flip it around, and then you use the bottom part. And so that ramrod and the design of these push rods is what keeps everything level. And it's important to start level, otherwise you could run into trouble. So that's it. It's pretty simple. But yeah, so keep an eye out for this guy, well, no, not that one. This one. I probably won't make that one until it's ordered because I only have one. So this will be the, that'll be the one to watch for next. I have a lot of finished products that I can show, but none of those particular rings. The design with the custom, the round with a custom design, I don't do that. I can do an 18 or 19 band. I don't have one that you can see. It would be a special order. I make all these rings to a 10, 10 and a half because it's most common, but I'm happy to make one in the size 18. I've made a size 22 before, and it doesn't look any different than a size 12. Like, they don't stretch or distort as much as you would imagine. You bought $700 worth of legacy tools last year. I imagine they've paid for themselves by now, right? You've used them one time if anyone wants to buy them. Oof. Are you going to make one? Not these, not yet. I'll make one of these on the live. I don't have enough time today. I'm actually going to be jumping off right now. I wanted to show this ring get made. So hopefully you guys caught that, because this little one was, I don't make too many small ones. You can send a coin in to be made. Click up there, find my email, send me an email. Why not your design? Want the real deal? I don't think you understand how hard it is to make a coin. Even the coins that I cast, these, they can't really be made into coin rings. They're very, very, very thick. It's really, really difficult. Plus, the coin you start with has to be perfectly round. Otherwise, you get into all kinds of weird issues. So, the rings, they're made out of coins. Press, I got at Harbor Freight, super cheap, nothing special. Are the seed dyes better than American? I think you mean Swiss dyes. We call them Swedish dyes. The name of the dye is just like what it is. It's not necessarily where it was made. I'm pretty sure these are legacy brand, so U.S. brand tools. Price. Depends. Everything's got a price. Most of them are $100 if you buy them directly from me. Like if you just send me a message and ask to order it, I'll give you a Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, or Zelle. You shoot me $100 and I'll make your ring. Thank you, Mr. Rybest. I appreciate that. Pretty much any coin, yeah. There are a few coins that I can't make it out of. I won't do anything that's a steel coin. Platinum I will do depending on which coin it is, just because of the cost of replacing it if it doesn't work. I do gold. I've done 1 ounce American Eagles, half ounce American Eagles, $20 gold coins, so the older pre-33 gold coins. Yeah, a coin's a coin. Definitely could be done, not a problem. Let's see, it's 5:13. I'll tell you what, let's see how far I can get in. There we go, resume live. You know, I'm pretty sure that this was intended to be a 12 and a half. So I'm just going to do a 12 and a half real quick, or at least as far as I can get in 15 minutes. I want to be off by 5:30. So let's get, let's see how far we can go. Got a date. Yep. Got a date putting up some Halloween decor. Alright, so I want to keep as much of the line and the unicorn as possible. So it's going to be a little bit smaller than what I would typically punch. Even smaller than this, I think. Let's see. No, it's too small. One of these days I should write down which punch goes with which coin. Until then I just kind of eyeball everything. You got to make sure the queen's face is right there in the middle. Give us a nice good target. There we go. You know, having it, so somebody said have to try to cast a bullet, or cast a bullet. I don't know. I've cast some cool stuff, and a bullet just kind of seems like it'd be better to be milled, you know, on a CNC machine or on a lathe. The casting process doesn't lend itself really well to smooth objects like bullets. Oh, I forgot. We're going to be over here. So that'll go into the scrap bin and become something cool later on. Clean out the inner edge. Alright, let's see what we have left to work with. So we just touched the unicorn's nose, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. And we're going to press it this way next. You have 45 cal pure silver bullets, 1 ounce each for $50. Dude, I hope you didn't pay $50 for those. Cool to stack, but they should be about $35. That's about the going rate for them. My local guy has boxes of them. They're all over Reddit for about $35, maybe $40 when they want to, you know, have a little extra on there. But $50 is cool if you're trying to turn a profit. I pay $30. Okay, good. Yeah. That's good. I could see, you know, paying $50 for them if you're just going to have 1 or 2 in your stack. They're cool novelty items for sure. Alright, so the cone part's done. Let's start wrapping this guy up. Can you make a ring from a 100 peso, $100 Mexican silver coin? Yeah, definitely do that. This yen shouldn't be any bigger than the 1 ounce Libertad, right? It is important to make sure that the push rod, especially when you're starting with a new size, is as centered as it can be. Luckily this coin has a big reeded edge, so it's not that big of a problem. But alright, and that's why we use Teflon tape. Started to wear thin, but it didn't go through. Hey Savage, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you need to get rid of anybody. I don't think so. I think everybody's been behaving. 14. Okay, so we're going to go down to the next size. And I'm going to re-anneal. Yeah. Yep. I should be done in about 10 minutes so that we can put that stuff up. If you go on. I'm not putting stuff up. I mean, you don't have to. I'll just come in and watch TV.
Huh?
I'll just come in and watch TV.
I gotta delegate.
Nah, we're good.
Point to where it goes.
That's fine.
It was really funny. Logan was talking to Tristan, and he calls me Tristan, and he called him Tristan for swear to God. And I was like, you mean Christopher? And then he did that stupid joke that you do when Tristan was like, I'm hungry, and Logan was like, hi, hungry, I'm Dad.
Oh boy.
And I was like, your dad?
He's learning well.
This is hilarious. Tristan for. Okay.
Alright, let's see it in a bit.
Okay.
Probably went too far on this one here. So I'll probably have to stretch it back out. That's okay. I'm in Indiana. I had to think about that for a sec. So I was shooting for 12.5. Definitely went further. So this has got to be like a 9.5 maybe. Where do you get all your perk? Nice. A few Hoosiers. So the ring that I sealed, or glazed, however you want to call it, this is how it turned out. Nice and shiny, and it'll stay that way forever. Punches. The punches I get off of Etsy or Amazon, which kind of depends. 1968. And this is an Irish penny. Yeah, pretty happy with it. How much did all your equipment cost when you started up? So I started small. I started with 3 pieces of equipment and a punch set. I started with this $80 ring stretcher. This, I think, was $75 or $80 when I started. This is an arbor press from Harbor Freight. And what else did I have? Oh, and then I had to get a punch, which was... This was my first one. It came with adapters. It's all beat and rusty now that you can see. Only one size hole punch, which sucked. So I can only really do certain sizes. All that setup, I think, was like $300 for everything. And then I upgraded to this one specifically so I could punch American Silver Eagles. This punch is garbage. It was very helpful in the beginning to learn how I wanted my rings to come out, but eventually I upgraded to this, which is a knockoff of a self-centering coin ring punch. I don't know who the original maker was, but I found it on Amazon for a good price. If I replace it, which I probably will soon, it's going to be for a Jason's Works auto punch. Any word on truth about the Trump coin? What truth about the Trump coin? And like, I do want to clarify something. Like, I will make that Trump coin into a ring, but I'm gonna be listening to NPR and have my Biden flag in the background while I'm making it. So there's that. I'll take your money. I'll make a ring out of it. But in no way does that mean I endorse any of his ideologies. Alright, so that inner ring is nice and smooth. Well, that's a quick way to get blocked. Way to go, can digger. Alright, so we're sitting at 10 3/4, so I gotta stretch this out just a little bit. Yeah, that tool is pretty cool. It's a deburring tool. Couple of stretches and you see we start to get this I don't even know what do we call that? The profile of the ring is starting to stretch the top more than the bottom, so we're gonna have to fix that in the end. So we got James TN. I sure did. 11 3/4. This is a safe space, James. And putting Trump 2020 in the chat implies that it's not to other people. 12 and almost a half. So I think 12 and a half is what we're going for. So I'm going to stretch it just a little bit more. And then we'll start working on that profile. Hold, please. Okay, I think the trash is gone. So, this is a ring stretcher. Sorry, I didn't realize I didn't have it set up right. So what I do is I put the coin ring right there, lift the handle, and these splines stretch, and that's what stretches the ring. Thank you, Savage. Okay, so we're at 13.5 right now. I think I want to go just a little bit. Yeah, let's go a little bit forward. Okay. And then it's time to anneal and reduce one more time. It's literally called a ring stretcher. How much does it weigh? The ring itself is probably about 3/4 of an ounce. So to make them smaller, in theory, you can use this plate down at the bottom. If you're doing a band, you can use the plates, and that'll stretch it or press it into the plates. But for coin rings, we have to use the reducing dies, the Swedish wrap dies. You don't have to heat it before you stretch it, but it does help, especially if it's been worked a lot. This ring was soft enough, especially because it's 999 heels. 999 silver. So the main reason for heating it at this point is because we're going to reduce it again. And it's going to move a lot easier after it's been annealed. Do you know of any coins that say Alaska on it that would be big enough to make a ring out of? The Alaska State quarters might work. They do say Alaska right on the top. I'm sure there are at least a couple of 1 ounce rounds that would make nice big rings, but I'm not familiar with them. Can you stretch titanium rings with that? No, I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure titanium rings have to be milled. They can't be stretched and formed the way we're doing here. You would take a block of titanium and CNC machine it down to the ring shape and size you want. You talked about having your Biden flag in the background. Doesn't that make you a hypocrite? Nope. Does it need annealing? It does. From time to time, you definitely want to anneal. How do you get the stones in the rings? So that would require drilling a hole and then making the shape for the seat of the stone with special drill bits. And then we would do something called, I think the correct term for it is a gypsy set or flush mount set. And you would take the metal and you would, like, after you've cut the metal, you set the stone in here, and then this little piece of metal gets folded over. Thank you, Savage. You're on it today. Appreciate it. Okay. This moved very, very freely, almost like scary. It felt like there was like no resistance to this. But I think we're good. I think we've got the profile we want. Yes, so shrinking the ring. So as it gets pushed in, the walls are shaped in this angle, and so the ring will get kind of like extruded, almost like Play-Doh. The white pieces, those are nylon. Delrin, actually, but I think it's a type of nylon. They're called push rods, specifically for making coin rings. And I just clipped my nails, so this is making this process very difficult. Alright. Perfect. So that's the profile that I wanted. This side is pushed in just a little bit, and this side is a little bit open, but that's okay. It was a coin, yeah. Absolutely. And we're sitting right at a 12.5. So we're good. Last thing to do is going to be to put that into liver of sulfur and finish it up. So let me do that real quick. So some old nasty liver of sulfur, so it'll give a great dark finish. Alright, I'll let that sit for a second to develop that patina. And then it'll just be a matter of polishing and finishing. How do you make that from a flat coin? So first we punch a hole, and then we fold the coin in inside out almost. I use cones on the now washer because it's no longer a cone. And so that'll push, it'll push the ring from this shape, or sorry, from this shape, right, out like that. And then we push it through these dies to get the size that we want. Okay. That's a little bit of baking soda and water to neutralize the liver of sulfur. You can buy one of these rings by messaging me directly. So, Joe D, we're now friends. You can follow me on Instagram as well, and you can send me messages there or here. And what I'm doing right now is taking the finish, the patina, off the inside of the ring. At least mostly. If you want to watch this process from beginning to end, go to Navarro Rings, click on that button up there with my name, and sign up or subscribe to my YouTube channel where I post a lot of these lives, and you can see the process. You can even fast forward through a lot of it. The only problem is you can't really see the conversation in the chat, so I try to read out the comments before I answer them, but I was really bad about that in the beginning, so kind of just looks like I'm talking to myself, but it's okay, it's still fun. Not a stupid question at all, and you absolutely can use it as a wedding ring. I make probably about 3 or 4 wedding bands every month. So it's definitely possible, and it's a popular option. Alright folks, I know I'm running a little bit late, but that's okay. We're almost done. Last step is just to apply what is this? Renaissance wax to the ring. Renaissance wax, if you're not familiar with it, is a protectant and a cleaner for metals and other surfaces. What it does for my rings is it highlights the shiny parts, it brings back a luster, and it darkens the patina that I've added, so we get better contrast on the final product. I do gold coins, absolutely. Average cost is about $100. On Etsy, it's about $150 because of Etsy fees. They take a huge cut, so unfortunately I have to build that into the price structure there. If you want to avoid those fees, just message me directly. You got the lion, the crown, and I've got some 2019s too, if that's preferable. There we go. This is a size 12.5. I know earlier somebody asked about seeing a size 18. All I could really say is, like, if I made this a size 7, it's really going to be about the same, and the same goes for this to a size 18. They maintain their integrity pretty well. Thank you, everybody. All right, so that's going to do it for me. Ran 10 minutes over, but that's okay. If you have any questions, message me, or post a question in the Q&A section, or leave a comment on a video. I answer all those. So, thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening.